101. Indian National Congress was founded by Sir Alan Octavian Hume. 102. Who was the founder of the Indian Association? Surendranath Banerjee. 103. The second session of the Indian National Congress was presided over by Dadabhai Naoroji. 104. The partition of Bengal came into effect on the 15th of October 1905. 105. Who was the first Muslim president of Indian National Congress? Badaruddin Tayyibji. 106. Who was the exponent of the theory of economic drain of India during the British rule? Dadabhai Naoroji. 107. The first Indian to contest an election to the British House of Commons was Dadabhai Naoroji. 108. The president of the Indian National Congress in 1885 was W.C. Banji. 109. Who was the first Indian to become a member of the British Parliament? Dadabhai Naoroji. 110. In which year the Indian National Congress was established? 1885. 111. Who was the Viceroy of India at the time of the formation of the Indian National Congress? Dufferin. 112. Who wanted Indian National Congress to be a safety valve? Hume. 113. When was founded the Indian Association? 1876. 114. Who was called Grand Old Man of India? Dadabhai Naoroji. 115. Why was first woman president of Indian National Congress? Annie Besant. 116. In which session of the Indian National Congress did the historic union of Congress and Muslim League take place? Lucknow. 117. The split between the extremists and moderates came up in the open at the Surat Congress session in the year 1907. 118. All India Muslim League was formed in Dhaka. 119. Which leaders presided over the Congress session at Calcutta in 1906? Dadabhai Naoroji. 120. Who gave the Inqilab Zindabad slogan? Bhagat Singh. 121. Which leader belonged to the extremist wing of the Congress? Aurobindo Ghosh. 122. Who said, Swaraj is my birthright and I will have it? Bal Gangadhar Tilak. 123. The Anushilan Samiti was a revolutionary organization. 124. Who said that Congress movement was neither inspiration by the people nor devised a plan by them? Lala Lajpat Rai. 125. When did the attempt of murder of Kingsford was made at Muzaffarpur? 1908. 126. In which year did Lord Hardinge cancel the partition of Bengal? 1911. 127. In who of the following movement, Band Mataram, was adopted the slogan for agitation, partition of Bengal in 1905? 128. Who was the first editor of the Yogantar? Barindra Ghosh. 129. When was established the Muslim League? 1906. 130. Where and when was the Ghadar Party founded? America, 1913. 131. Two Home Rule League was started in 1915-16 under the leadership of Tilak and Annie Besant. 132. The Ghadar movement was founded by Lala Hardayal. 133. Shyamji Krishna Verma established the Indian House Rule Society in London. 134. Why was the founder of All India Much League? Nawab Salimullah Khan. 135. Sri Aurobindo Ashram is situated in Pondicherry. 136. Who had founded the Anushilan Samiti? Pramat Nath Mitra. 137. When did the partition of Bengal take place? 1905. 138. Who called Bal Gangadhar Tilak the father of Indian unrest? Valentine Chirol. 139. Who founded Swadesh Bandha Samiti? Ashwan Kumar Dutt. 140. The mantra, do or die, was given by Mahatma Gandhi. 141. Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, and Sukhdev were hanged on the 23rd of March 1931. 142. Where was Azad Hind Fauj set up? Singapore. 143. Who is known as Lok Nayak? Jayaprakash Narayan. 144. Which incident led Gandhi to withdraw non-cooperation movement? Chauri Chora movement. 145. The Pune Pact, aimed to respect to lower caste. 146. The massacre of the crowd at Jallianwala Bagh at Amritsar took place on the 13th of April 1919. 147. The second round table conference at London was held in the backdrop of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. 148. The first and last Indian to hold office as Governor General of Independent India was C. Rajagopalachari. 149. The Prime Minister of England at the time of the Quit India movement was Churchill. 150, which Congress President negotiated with both Cripps Mission and Lord Wavell, Abul Kalam Azad. 151, at which place in Bihar was the session of Indian National Congress of 1922 held, Gaya. 152, who played an important role in the signing of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Tej Bahadur Sapru. 153, at which place of Bihar, Gandhiji started the Satyagraha movement for the first time in India, Champaran. 154, when was Rowlatt Act passed, 1919. 155, Gandhiji launched the non-cooperation movement in 1920. 156, Quit India movement began on the 9th of August 1942. 157, the Indian National Army, INA, came into existence in 1943 in Singapore. 158, the Balkan Plan for fragmentation of India was the brainchild of Lord Mountbatten. 159, who headed the interim cabinet formed in the year 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru. 160, the leader of the Bardoli Satyagraha, 1928, was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. 161, the Montagu-Chelmsford Report formed the basis of the Government of India Act, 1919. 162, in which year Vernacular Press Act was passed, 1878. 163, who was the founder of Hindu Mela, Nabagopal Mitra. 164, who formed Asiatic Society of Bengal, Williams Jones. 165, where are the traces of Portuguese culture found in India, Goa. 166, who was the first Governor General of India, Warren Hastings. 167, who were the Europeans to reach India for trade, Portuguese. 168, the French East India Company was formed in 1664. 169, the British East India Company was founded in 1600. 170, who established the city of Madras, Chennai, in 1639, the British. 171, the Dutch East India Company arrived in India in the early 17th century. 172, who established the Danish colony of Tranquebar in 1620, the Danes. 173, the Marathas became a prominent power in India in the 18th century. 174, who founded the city of Calcutta, Kolkata, in 1690, Job Chanak, for the British. 175, the Battle of Plassey in 1757 marked British control over Bengal. 176, the British Crown took control of India in 1858 after the Indian Rebellion. 177, who was the last Mughal Emperor of India, Bahadur Shah II. 178, the Indian National Congress was founded in 1885. 179, who was the first Viceroy of India, Lord Canning. 180, the partition of Bengal took place in 1905. 181, who led the Salt March, Dandi March, in 1930 as a protest against British salt taxes, Mahatma Gandhi. 182, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre occurred in Amritsar in 1919. 183, who became the first Governor General of independent India in 1947, Lord Louis Mountbatten. 184, India gained independence from British rule on August 15, 1947. 185, the first railway line in India opened in 1853, connecting Mumbai, Bombay to Thane. 186, the Indian National Army, INA, led by Subhash Chandra Bose, sought to free India from British rule during World War II. 187, who authored the famous book, The Discovery of India, Jawaharlal Nehru. 188, the Quit India movement, a call for British withdrawal from India, was launched in 1942. 189, the Radcliffe Line was drawn in 1947 to demarcate the borders between India and Pakistan. 190, who was India's first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. 191, the Constitution of India was adopted on January 26, 1950. 192, the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir acceded to India in 1947. 193, who was the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru. 194, India became a republic in 1950, abolishing the monarchy. 195, the first general elections in India were held in 1951-52. 196, who was known as the Iron Man of India for his role in integrating princely states into the Indian Union, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. 197. Who was the Maratha warrior king who founded the Maratha Empire in the 17th century, Chhatrapati Shivaji. 198. The Battle of Plassey in 1757 marked the beginning of British political influence in India. 199. Who was the Governor-General of India during the Indian Rebellion of 1857, Lord Canning. 200. The Vernacular Press Act of 1878 imposed restrictions on the Indian press under British rule.